Hello everyone. If you're live, if you're online, join me. Let's discuss about our spiritual husbands and wives. For those of you that have spiritual husbands and wives, what to do if you want to get married, if you want to have a serious relationship, in order for your spiritual partner, your spiritual lovers not to attack you, not to attack the relationship. Because this is one of the things that most of us faces. Most of us that have spiritual partner, this is one of the things that we struggle with. You know, some marriages are broken, some relationships are broken because of spiritual partners, because of spiritual wives and spiritual husbands. And some people do not know how to be able to go around it in order to have a successful relationship. First of all, what are spiritual wife and spiritual husbands? Spiritual wife and spiritual husband are the relationship we had in our past life that is still attached to us. That is one of it. Another one is our ancestral spirit guides that we are married to by our ancestor, depending on if you have a spiritual family or not. It's only those people that have very spiritual families that marries their sons or their daughters to a deity, and the deity will be protecting them, guiding them. Even if you don't give offerings to this spirit, because of the romantic relationship that you have with them, they will be protecting you, okay? But because we understand the power of giving and receiving, that is our African traditional, our spiritual practices, we always have to give offerings, sacrifices to this spirit to maintain our relationship with them, okay? And then the third one is the ones that someone married us to in order to ruin our life, in order to destroy our life. Usually is evil spirits. Sometimes it's evil spirit they will marry you off to in order to ruin your life. These are the ones that when you're doing deliverances in the church and you ask the spirit, yes, spirit can speak. You ask, they can manifest through a human being, you know, you and I. And anyone that the spirit is tormenting and you ask the spirit, what is your purpose in this man or this woman's life? The spirit is going to say only to kill, only to destroy. Those are the evil ones. They are not there for a good purpose. Their only mission is to destroy, because someone have programmed them into your life. Someone have married you off into that spirit. So the assignment that they gave to that spirit is to kill, steal, and destroy. They will not let you have any good thing in life. Even if you go and appease them, they will continue to do evil. So these are the ones that I see many people are struggling and they do not understand. Even after appeasement, they are not getting free. Okay? Those ones you have to get separation. Divorce is allowed in the supernatural. People don't know that. They only talk about alignments. The alignment that our ancestor teaches us about is about aligning to the good spirits. Because when you have a good spiritual wife or good spiritual husband, they bring blessings, they bring protection, they chase away evil people away from you. Some of them that are wealthy in their spiritual range, they can bring wealth to you. Okay? That is if you have a very good spiritual husband or wife. Because in the supernatural, spiritual relationship can also be like we have in the physical. It depends on who you meet. It depends on who you have a relationship with. If you have a relationship with a very imagine a president. If you have a relationship with a president in the physical, there is no way you can ever be poor. You will have the protection, you have the wealth, you have all the benefits of being married to a president. If you're married to a lawyer, you have the benefit based on the rank of that person. You understand? Okay? So spiritual sponsors, spiritual partners and lovers, they can get jealous. They can manifest through human beings. They can block things for you, just like you block for your physical relationship that you're having. We all get jealous, right? Even God is a jealous God. God tells you that he's jealous all the time. Yeah. So yeah, these spirits are jealous, but they are very romantic. They are very caring. If you know how to relate to them, they can be submissive. Okay. It depends on if you are a very dominant person in the physical. You're very dominant in your physical relationship. You can also be dominant with your spiritual partner. Send them errands, send them things to do for you, and they'll be doing it because they have to win your heart to be in your good book. You understand? They will do all these things for you. Okay, so but when you want to go and when you're trying to get into a relationship, they will go and change the person's heart against you. They will go and then stop the relationship. In fact, some spiritual husband might even be reading your texts and replying your people that is in your contact list with something that they are going to just reject you. Some spiritual partners are like that. Some spiritual relationship, they can manifest physical like a human body. They will come and visit their partner as a human being. They will even take them on date. It depends on how powerful that your spiritual partner is. Okay, some spiritual relationship will block you from having children on this physical earth because maybe you already have children with them in the spiritual realm. There is absolutely no way that a spiritual husband is going to just say, or spiritual wife is going to just allow you to have the kind of relationship you want without being jealous, you know. Some of them are let you to have relationship, but once you are ready to get commitments, once you are ready to get married, they go and find a way to block it. That is why some people, maybe they have a very good relationship with their physical relationship, and once it approaches like marriage, they want to pay your bride price, they want to get married to you, you see that the person will just say, all of a sudden that they are not interested, they will not go ahead with this relationship or this marriage ceremonies because the spiritual husband have gone to change their heart. You know, all of a sudden, they don't want to marry again. They don't want, and some people will be misbehaving in their relationship. They are very controlling. They are very abusive in their relationship. It's because the spiritual husband is manifesting through that person, okay? To punish the physical relationship, to torture the person who is dragged, because then they are saying it's like you're snatching their wife or their girlfriend from them. You are the one that is the thief when you get to look at it. So you're the one that is taking something that does not belong to you. Okay, because they have married this person in the past life. Maybe they have already, if it's the one that comes from the past life or the one that is a deity. You cannot fight a deity. Those deities are powerful. Okay? Deities, like, they are like archangels that have many spirits under. Like my spiritual husband is a deity that have many spiritual, many spirits under him. He's like a president. He's like a king, you know. So obviously he has power. He has control over many spirits that he can even send to go and do some destruction for him. Okay. Also, polygamy and polyandry is practiced in the spiritual realm. Okay, because I know that me, although I have that my spiritual husband, he was with me from my past life. Okay, he's also attached to my, you know, to this physical life. But we also have a spirit in our family that marries all the female in the family. But it's a protective spirit. It's there to protect us, to protect the male, the female, everyone in the family, and for them to give them, because this spirit, they are those spirits that are into romantic relationship. The best offering that you can give them is marrying them. Okay, so anyway, so that's why my ancestors gave these promises that if you protect us, if you do this for us, you can marry all the women in that family from generation. So obviously I don't have only one spiritual husband, but the one that is dominant in my life is the one that I always brag about and talk about, because that is one that is always dominant. That is my own personal one that I have been with for my past life. Okay, that is still here. Okay, there was also a time in my life that some people, they try to attack me. They try to, you know, because when you have this spiritual core, there are many people that are working in the left side, the dark side, that will not let you to answer your spiritual core. Okay, when they try to use spirit to kill you, to delete you, and they cannot, they will use charm. And if the charm is not working, the easiest way they want to destroy someone's life is marrying the person off to a demon, and the demon will now be standing as your spiritual wife or your spiritual husband, and the task that they have given to this demon is only to destroy. So I had to separate myself from that. Yeah, divorce is allowed. This is why I'm always telling people, I have to separate myself from those spirits. It's not only one, it's not two. There are many of them that they were buying me off, marrying me off. But and this spirit, I have realized that they also have many women that they have caged in bondages, and most of them cannot escape, you know, in that bondage that they caged them. They cannot escape at all unless they have someone which is powerful that can be able to take them out. You know, even when they programmed those, when they started marrying me off to those evil spirits to ruin my life, since they could not get me through other means, do you know that even my own personal spirit, my spiritual husband was chased away by them You see? So even a good spiritual husband can be chased away. My good spiritual husband was chased away. They said this one is a good one. They don't want him to be around me. So they removed that one. And then brought the evil ones. And through my own consent, without me knowing, that they are doing evil thing, because they were in the first time they lied to me that, oh, you have a spiritual husband, he's very rich. If you just go and have some ceremony for this spiritual husband, he's going to be bringing you wealth. You open wardrobe, there will be bunch of foreign currency. We like money. They say all this nice thing. I didn't know that they actually want my consent in order to chase away the good one. You understand? So once I gave the consent, I love this kind of things. That is when they had the right to go and make a new relationship with the evil spirits to bring into my life. And what happens when they make that ceremony? They chase the good one away, and then the evil one was there to destroy the current relationship I have, my businesses, my finances, everything was going downhill, and then health problems. Yes, the spiritual husband, the evil one, will be bringing health problems everywhere. That you go to hospital and the doctors will say nothing is wrong with you, because it's a spiritual husband. They'll be telling you that they love you, but they are destroying you. Those ones that evil spiritual husband, and those ones must be cut off. It's only when I started aligning with my own personal spirit guide, the spirit guide that are with us 24/7, that they begin to show me some things that I have to do. That was when I know that that I have to divorce. Divorce is allowed. I started divorcing also because I know that some of my friends that are very spiritual, they have done divorces even to the good spiritual husband that they have, because they want to have focus on the physical life that they have now. Okay, so I had to separate myself from those evil ones. Yeah, I separated myself, and then me personally, by my own self, went and called back the real one that is my destiny, my real divine spiritual husband. Yes, I called him back. I mean, some people, they have to do some rituals to appeal their spiritual husband. Me, the only thing I did the first time to call the real one, because then I knew the difference between the real one and the evil one by that time. You learn from experience. Experience is the best teacher, they will always tell you, right? So the real one, I only just went to my altar, because then I have already aligned some of my spirit guide already. So I went there, and then I started begging. You know how you beg your boyfriend or your husband when you've offended something? So I just knelt down in my altar and begin to beg. I did not know about spiritual wife and spiritual husband. I did not know that those people were lying to me when they were telling me to do those ceremonies. I did not understand those things. So he must forgive me. So I just knelt down, and then I pleaded. I was crying, because then when you begin to realize what the evil ones have done into my life when that one came to my life, and the struggle that I had to go through in order to separate myself from that evil one. So I started crying. I was, So that day, the spiritual husband came, and from that day, that spiritual husband was able to begin to, he came back. I did not give any special offering, only begging I gave. But then it depends on your spiritual level as well. There are many spirits that I work with, I don't give any offering to them. I will only ask and they will come. And some of them will come by themselves. So even when the first time I went to give offerings to my water people, the first time, when I gave to my other spirit guide, my ancestral deities, this spiritual husband came and requested for his own offering. And then I refused to give sacrifice to any spirit, because I want to be sure that I'm giving it to the right person. So I said, no, I'm not giving any offering to any spiritual, because I know the spirit that they attached me to, the evil one, was also from water. Yes, in the water they have good and bad spirit. The evil one was from water, and my own divine one too. So I need to know which person I'm giving offering to. So I had to tell my spirit, my spiritual, once I came back home, I took my time and did some divination. And then I said, okay, since it's asking for offering and reconnection, before I actually went to beg, you understand? I gave different tasks to him, things that he has to do, for me to be able to differentiate the good one from the bad one. It's not only about having all these romantic relationships that they have to do. I gave him tasks. You have to complete this before we can get together. You have to do this, and he was doing it. I was saying, and also the spiritual husband have the right to do a lot of things, like protecting us, like You know, they have the right because they are our partner compared to even our spirit guide. Because our spirit guide, most of the things that they will do for us is when we send them on errand. And also, when they see that someone wants to destroy us, to kill us, and it's not our time yet, okay? Before they will do. But spiritual husband, because of the romantic relationship that they have with us, or spiritual wife, they can go and get some things done without permission, without even me asking, because they are now going to be protecting you like they will protect their, like your physical relationship, someone loves you will protect, okay? So if you're ready to get into a physical relationship, you have to go and appease that your spiritual husband. Especially those people that have already been having connection with this spiritual husband, you have to go and tell him that this is the woman I want to marry physically. Please permit me to have this physical relationship. Okay? So you have to appease the spirit, ask what he wants or what she wants, you know, and then give the offering to the spirit and beg the spirit. You know, it's like when you are going to a polygamy relationship, you already have your first wife or your second wife, and if you want to bring in another wife into the family, you have to take permission from the wives that you already have. And according to tradition, if your wives do not accept it, then you will not, you are not allowed to bring in someone. If you bring in someone, then any consequences that comes along with it, then is your fault. You understand? So you ask the spiritual husband, if it's possible, you go even with the physical person that you want to marry and introduce the person to your spiritual husband. You know, you go, depending on which dimension he or she comes from, you introduce you introduce your partner to them and give them offerings or sacrifice, whatever they want, you know. And after you've given that, you have to wait for like maybe 7 days or two weeks, or you can do another divination to confirm if your spiritual husband or your wife have accepted it. If he does not accept it, you still have to go and beg. Continue to beg until he accepts. Once he accepts, the good one will always accept. The good one will not reject you, understand? Because they know you live on this physical world, that you must have a life on this physical world. Unless you have already have an agreement with the spiritual husband or spiritual wife that you will not marry at all on this physical world, then that is different. Even you don't want to go into any relationship because you know that that is an agreement. Otherwise, it's just for you to go with some offering or some sacrifices based on what your spiritual partner wants, and you go and tell them, I want to marry this woman or I want to marry this man. Please do not attack this woman, do not attack me or something like that because of this relationship. You know, you beg, and you have to maintain this kind of connection that you have. Even your spiritual wife or your spiritual husband can help you to hold down the man or the woman that you're physically marrying. It's not about going to do love spell. That's a spiritual wife or spiritual husband is going to make sure no other woman comes into that relationship or no other man. Nobody can be able to separate people because the spirit is now in charge, controlling and protecting the relationship. And once you do that, then the spiritual husband will now have access to be able to manifest herself or himself through your physical partner. You know, so this relationship now is now a teamwork, team relationship. So your spiritual husband will now have an avenue and access to be able to manifest through the human relationship that you have. Okay, this is the only way that you'll be able to have a stable relationship without your spiritual husband or your spiritual wife, you know, attacking your relationship or preventing you to get married. You know, if you want to get married, you've not even found the person, you still have to do the same thing. You say, now I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to have physical relationship. Please accept me. Please allow me, you know, to marry a physical person. And then once you found the person, tell them to bring the person that will be able to accept your spiritual practice, you know. Don't go and marry someone that will not accept your spiritual practice, because then the relationship will be, it will not work, because they will not accept your spiritual practice. They will not accept your spirit guide. They will not accept all the practices that you're doing. Marry someone that is spiritual minded, even though they are not very spiritual, but they will accept you. They will accept your practices, okay? So that they will be able to accept your spiritual partner also. Because if they don't accept your spiritual partner and they know that the person does not accept it, then it's going to be a problem as well. So that is the easiest way to be able to have a physical relationship when you have a spiritual wife or you have a spiritual husband. There is no other escape. Otherwise, you start a relationship, it will just break. In fact, some people will not even take it serious. They will just be using you and dumping you. You know, it's the spiritual wife or spiritual husband that is manipulating it. And you have to also confirm how many spiritual wife or spiritual husband that you have, so that you can be able to appease all of them. Just know that some of us have more than one spiritual husband or spiritual wife. Okay? Although some spiritual partners will be more dominant in our life, okay, but we still have other ones. So you need to find out. And if you know that you have an evil spiritual wife or spiritual husband, what are you doing with your physical relationship? If your physical relationship was not good, was bringing bad luck to you and all those kind of things, what will you do? You will separate, you will divorce from that person. The same thing you will do in this spiritual realm, okay? And the spiritual wife and spiritual husband, they are very protective. They are very jealous. Anytime I talk about it, they always come and try to attack me. But me, I'm just saying, I'm a vessel, I'm a messenger. As the spirit directs me, that is how I'm going to bring the message in order to free many people, in order for, it's also to help the spiritual realm, the spiritual relationship and the physical relationship to have a better relationship, a better understanding, okay? So spiritual wife and spiritual husbands are not evil, depending on, generally it's not evil unless someone go and attach a demon to you. So you need to find out which relationship you have in your life. If you've done an appeasement to appease the spirit and the spirit is still doing what it's doing before, then that is red flag. That is red flag, because the good ones, once you appease them, okay, once you appease them, they are going to forgive you. Okay, the good ones, once you appease them, they are going to let you have a physical relationship. Unless in your destiny you have already signed that you will not marry any physical person. Okay, that you're only going to concentrate, to focus on your spiritual relationship. That is the only way that even you not want to marry anyone. You know, you just be talking about your spiritual husbands and your spiritual children, and you have no interest in having a physical relationship, because the physical one, you'll be saying your spiritual husband is going to delete them or this kind. Some people are like that, okay? But if you're not like that, then you know the process. You have to find a spiritualist that specializes in this, appeasing spiritual wives and spiritual husband, and also doing separation for the evil one. You understand? So that they can be able to help you, to align you with your real divine one, spiritual husband. Divine means good ones, okay? And then you'll be able to maintain the relationship that you have. Once you have a good relationship with your spiritual wife or spiritual husband, if you're a man, you cannot see anyone that is like gold diggers. They are only wanting you for what you have, or they just want to use you. All these agents, or whether man or woman, all these evil agents that comes to sleep with somebody and collect their luck or useless their life, you cannot be able to have those kind of things, because your spiritual wife or spiritual husband is controlling anything. They will be blocking a lot of things, you know, that is not for your highest good, that is not going to profit you well. That's why it's good to have them, actually, because they are monitoring everything. They are monitoring everything, and some of them will bring so much wealth to you. Anything that you're doing will just be progressing. There are some spiritual husbands that can actually physically, or spiritual wife, they can physically bring money to you. Physical. You know, it depends on who the spiritual wife or husbands are. The ones that bring physical money are usually deities. Deities are like archangels, the higher rank one. They're able to bring money. Okay, they are able to bring protection. They're able to bring perfume, rings, jewelries from the spiritual realm to the physical one, to give you for your own protection and many things. Okay, so this is why some individual by themselves, some spiritual individual people by themselves, they will check the spirit that specializes in this kind of things, and they will personally go and marry the spirit for those benefits. You understand? So it's not only our ancestor marrying us to some deities for protection, for wealth or anything. Some individuals, when they know a spirit has certain abilities, they will personally go to the spirit and offer themselves for a relationship with that spirit. And they will now give maybe a special date for the spirit, like on Thursday is your day. They will have a good relationship with the spirit, and the spirit will bring in wealth to them. Okay? Because this spiritual realm stuff, you just need to understand the spirit. They are so sweet, actually. They are very protective. They are more caring, more protective, more understanding than we physical human beings. But you just need to understand them. Understanding is just the thing with the spirit, you know. And spiritual husband, you can, or wife, you can tell them, please, I don't want to have sexual relationship with you for a certain time, because I want to get to know you. I want to understand you. I want you to do this, do that. They will do it. You'll be surprised they'll be doing it. The same way that your physical relationship, that you can tell them, please buy me a car, open a business for me, or help me do this. The same way that you can use your spiritual wife or your spiritual husbands. In fact, they are more, well, let me just take for my example, from my own example and an example of some spiritual people I know. Me, as a female in the physical, I'm a very dominant person. Although I'm caring, I'm romantic and all that, but I'm also very controlling. I'm very strict. I like to observe people. You know, I like to test, especially when it comes to the same thing I would do in my physical relationship. I'm doing it to my spiritual husband, and I'm checking him, marking the list. Is he doing that? And he's doing that. He's even doing it more than a physical person will actually do, because he has the ability, he has the powers and everything, so he's able to do that. My spiritual husband is the one that chases a lot of evil people away from me. Even before my spiritual, my personal spirit guide, we do that. And sometimes, so when you see that some people that you meet, the relationship is not working, it's because if you have a spiritual partner, it's because they've already checked the person is not there for a good purpose. So they will separate immediately. So when they separate something from you that you yourself, you wanted to have so badly, then you have to go back and say, okay, now you have separated this from me, you need to find other avenue, other alternative, because you need that stuff. And you see that they'll go and they'll bring another method for you to have it that is more pure, that is not going to harm you or hurt you in any way. So now, you guys know that spiritual relationship is not as bad as it is. You just need to understand them, just the same way you understand your physical relationship. So you need to understand your spiritual wife. Try to date them. Try to ask questions, what they like and what they don't like, what they dislike. Ask them about their weak points, you know. Ask them anything so that you'll be able to understand them, you know. And then you'll be able to give your own rules and regulations. Don't just say, I have spiritual wife and they are in control. Like some people think because their spirit now, they are obviously controlling you. No, it's because you're not in that relationship. You're not putting your own requests. You're not telling them what you need, you know. So anyway, that is just about the spiritual marriages and stuff like that. If you want to have a successful marriage, that they don't attack the present one that you have, or you have found someone that you want to marry, or you want to date, you have to go and tell them to accept that person, so that they don't attack the person, so that they don't attack you. Some spiritual wives or husbands, they are so jealous that they will even make you, nobody will accept you, they'll be rejecting you. Because when people accept you, then they are jealous. Okay? So go and do that so that you can have a successful physical relationship. So not because you have a physical relationship that is successful, that you're in love, doesn't mean that you now forget about your spiritual partners. Okay? No, it doesn't work like that. You continue to maintain the relationship. You know? Nowadays, there is so social media, there is so online dating. It's so easy for relationship not to be stable these days. It's so easy for people to meet each other, like all this social media all over the place, and relationship are not as stable as it used to be, like in the olden days and in the many years before. If you have a good relationship with your spiritual wife or spiritual husband, they will be the one to hold your relationship. They will make sure the man will never leave you for another woman, or the woman will not leave you for another person. They will be the one to humble the man or woman for you. It will be like a love spell that you have placed there. But no, it's your spiritual partner that is making sure that person is stable in that relationship. Unless you no longer want the physical person, then you can say, no, I don't want this person again because they are character or because of that. And then you say, okay, you don't want this person, then they will leave the person to go. Otherwise, your spiritual partners are the number one person that is going to hold your relationship even more tight. I mean, you can do love spells as well and other ones. Your spirit guides can also help you to hold on a relationship for you, okay? But your spiritual husband, that is number one specialty, what he does. You know, you just need to understand this spirit. They can do many things. They can do many things, and they are very loyal. The spirit are so devoted, so loyal, so respectful. You understand? Anyway, that is just what I want to say for now, and then I'm going to make another video about what can happen to someone if you marry, the danger and the benefit of marrying into a family, whether you can get protection or you can get destroyed from that, and why evil witches and wizards don't want people to get married sometimes. And people need to know that so that they can learn what is happening in the spiritual realm, so that they can be able to open their eyes to protect themselves, so they can have a good life on earth. Okay, so I'm going to say bye for now and take care. We'll keep in touch.